Okay, you guys, grab your tea because this one is wild. You know it's bad when a Saturday Night Live punchline causes more chaos than a royal scandal headline. So picture this. Colin Jost is doing his regular monologue, cracking jokes, doing his thing, and then bam, he casually throws this savage line right at Meghan Markle. He goes, apparently one of the new terms in Trump's UK trade deal is we send Meghan Markle back, but only if she deletes her entire Instagram again. The crowd lost it, laughing, clapping, you name it. But buried in that laughter, something shifted, like seriously shifted. It wasn't just shade. It felt like the world hit a reset button on Meghan's whole image. And Meghan, oh girl, was furious. Allegedly, she was wine glass shattering mad, but wait. It gets worse. While Colin was roasting her on live TV, the internet was already buzzing like a beehive with something way messier. Not just gossip. Actual photos, grainy but clear enough, and they were everywhere. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, we're talking full-on digital meltdown. These weren't just any photos, they were yacht girl photos. And the woman in them looked exactly like pre-Duchess Meghan. We're talking yacht, champagne, rich older men with quiet money energy, the whole luxury fantasy vibe. Same bracelets, same lighting. It all matched. The internet detectives went full CSI on her. It was brutal. But listen, this story isn't just about the pictures, it's about what they represent. Meghan spent years building a brand. She went from actress to duchess. From audition rooms to global empowerment speeches, her image screamed resilience, authenticity, truth. But those kinds of brands, they're delicate. They can't handle mess. And when the mess hits, the whole narrative starts to crumble. Those yacht rumors, they've been whispered about for years. Reddit threads, old blogs, you name it, but no one really cared before. The Meghan Palace drama was too juicy. People wrote off every criticism as racism or jealousy. But that honeymoon phase, it's over now. Her Spotify deal is dead. The Netflix hype cooled down, and her PR team, they can't catch every meme, every stitched TikTok, every viral tweet bringing those old images back into the spotlight. Here's the kicker. Colin Jost didn't even bring up the yacht photos. He didn't need to. That one joke cracked the door open. The internet kicked it down, and once someone like Colin throws shade, it's like permission for everyone to start laughing. When the public starts laughing, sympathy fades, curiosity grows, and the digging begins. And baby, the internet never forgets. Now, here's where it gets really juicy. Meghan's team, total silence. No denial, no threats, no PR spin, nada. And in 2025, silence doesn't mean privacy. It screams suspicion. Like if those photos weren't her, why not say it? Why not sue? Why not release a statement and shut it down? But she didn't. And that made people even more convinced. Even her diehard defenders, they were speechless. No script to follow, no angle to spin. And Harry? Oh, poor Harry. Watching this whole storm unravel around Meghan in real time, his wife's past, is being torn apart in memes, comedy shows, and Twitter threads. The same guy who literally ran from the UK press circus, now stuck in the middle of the digital one. And this time, it's not the royal family attacking. It's the entire internet. The worst part, this isn't palace drama. This is cultural backlash, satire, mockery. When comedy turns on you, it's game over. Hollywood executives, they don't want chaos. They want buzz, but the kind they can control. And Meghan, oh, she's been unpredictable for a while. Quiet whispers started floating around LA. She's a liability now, not because of hard proof, but because of a feeling that something worse might be just around the corner. And those whispers, they spread fast. Suddenly, her name wasn't on guest lists anymore. Invitations quietly disappeared. Brands backed off. Projects got delayed. It didn't make headlines, but insiders, they felt the shift. And it wasn't just about the photos. It was how hard her team worked to erase them, calling journalists, begging editors to pull old lifestyle stories, trying to wipe the past clean. It didn't feel like privacy, it felt like hiding. And let's talk about that brand. Meghan built it all around being grounded, strong, above it all. But when those yacht photos hit, it told a very different story. Suddenly, people weren't seeing a woman who stumbled into royalty. They saw someone who calculated every move, who climbed her way into the elite. And that sent shockwaves. Online detectives went into overdrive. Twitter threads analyzed her early interviews, her deleted friends, her suspiciously perfect rise. TikTokers made full-blown documentaries about her social climb. Instagram reels zoomed into every red carpet smile. The question wasn't, is Meghan evil? It was it all a plan? And that word, inauthentic, it started sticking, not just from trolls, from everyone, from fans, from influencers, even from journalists who once praised her. Because here's the truth, you can come back from controversy, even scandal, but being called fake? That's the death blow, especially when your whole identity is about truth and vulnerability. Her usual defenders vanished. Journalists who once wrote glowing op-eds, silent. Influencers who once reposted her quotes on IG, quiet. Even her inner circle seemed to shrink. One insider said her PR team was frantically calling up old contacts, journalists they could usually count on during a crisis, but this time, nobody wanted to touch it. Because if you defend her now and the yacht story turns out to be true, you burn with her. And now, let's talk about Harry, the guy who gave up everything, the crown, his homeland, the monarchy, for love. But now, he's looking like collateral damage in this mess. Like, seriously, his face is now being edited side by side with those yacht pictures on TikTok stitched next to clips of him defending Meghan from British press. And people are laughing. Some of the captions, brutal. He gave up the crown for a Netflix role. People aren't just side-eyeing Meghan anymore. They're wondering what Harry knew, what he ignored, and whether this whole fairy tale was just a well-executed PR campaign. It's not hate, it's disappointment, betrayal, the kind that stings, because the internet doesn't need facts, it just needs a pattern. And right now, that pattern is looking messy. While Meghan's story is getting picked apart, dissected by creators with ring lights and iMovie edits, her image, once polished and untouchable, is being memed into irrelevance. Not by royal experts, not by the British press, but by your average TikToker in a hoodie, saying, let's talk about Meghan Markle's yacht era. And let's be real, Meghan's biggest fear isn't hate, it's irrelevance. Losing control of the narrative, because once it slips from your hands, it doesn't matter how many PR experts or media consultants you hire. It's out there. It belongs to the public now. And the scariest part, this whole unraveling didn't happen because of palace drama. Not because of some newspaper scandal, but because of a joke, one punchline from Colin Jost. And from there, boom, avalanche. Meghan's carefully built image, it's cracking, and the damage is deep. Let's rewind a little. Meghan's brand was airtight. She wasn't just a duchess, she was a symbol of strength, of independence, of I broke out of the system and found my voice. She sued the tabloids. She cried on Oprah, she made her truth a product. But now, the product is glitching, and people are noticing. Big time. Journalists who once praised her, now rewriting their pieces, adding disclaimers, changing the tone. Major outlets started silently removing flattering old articles, quietly editing photo spreads without explanation. Why? Because something just doesn't feel right anymore. And that's the thing. This isn't about evidence. It's about energy, about vibes. And Meghan's vibe, it's off. Way off. Back at home in Montecito, insiders say her team is in full crisis mode. They're throwing everything at the wall. Soft philanthropy leaks, teaser interviews, vague wellness content like staying grounded through adversity, but nothing's landing, nothing's sticking, because the audience has changed. People aren't waiting for the next inspiring chapter. They're flipping back to the first page and going, wait, this doesn't add up. There are whispers of a new documentary, one that doesn't flatter, one that digs deep into the yacht photos, the early years, the connections, the ex-friends, the influencers who suddenly stopped mentioning her, even testimonies from people who used to know her and have stayed quiet until now. And Meghan's legal team? Allegedly on DEFCON 1, preparing for the worst, drafting responses, reviewing contracts, trying to stop what might be the biggest character dissection in celebrity history. And oh, the irony. The woman who sued tabloids for invading her privacy might soon be the most publicly picked apart person of the decade. Every inch of her past digitally dissected. The disappearance of Prince Harry and the deafening silence, and Harry, you'll notice, he's been missing. No more casual couple strolls, no family outings, no heartwarming content. The paparazzi used to spot them everywhere. Now, barely a flash. Some say Harry slipped back to the UK for a private trip. Others claim he's staying in a separate wing of their house, alone. One photographer even said Harry looks exhausted, head down, shoulders hunched, like a man carrying regret, like he's watching his entire escape plan crumble. Cue the tabloid headlines. Is the Sussex fairy tale cracking? Where's Harry? Silent rift or full-blown split? And normally we'd laugh those off. But this time, the silence from both sides? Deafening. No couple content, no cute quotes, no loved-up PR puff, just silence. For a duo that once managed their image like a high-level brand, this sudden absence says more than any press release ever could. Online sleuths turn into detectives. And Meghan becomes the case online. Things have escalated from gossip to investigation. People are pulling old college photos, archived interviews, blog screenshots, they're mapping timelines, matching names, creating spreadsheets. This isn't drama anymore, it's a case file. YouTube videos titled "Who is the Real Meghan Markle" are racking up millions. TikToks doing deep dives into her past friendships, pointing out who vanished and when. People are questioning everything. How she rose so fast, how she got into the right rooms, how she crafted her narrative so perfectly. And when internet justice starts digging, they don't stop, they don't wait, they pull receipts, they analyze the silence. Because here's the cold truth. When you build your identity like a brand, glossy, aspirational, airtight, it works until people feel manipulated, then they turn. And when they turn hard. They don't just stop rooting for you, they drag you, they demand answers, they don't let go. The image is no longer hers, it belongs to the internet now. So now Meghan is stuck, not because she did something criminal, but because she tried so hard to control her story. It now feels like she's hiding something. And when people think you're hiding something, they will look. And if they don't find it, they'll build it and then run with it. That's the era we live in. Truth doesn't matter as much as narrative. And Meghan's narrative, it's no longer hers. It belongs to the public now, to the TikTok detectives, the Reddit sleuths, the Instagram reel makers. And no matter how many PR firms she hires, how many speeches she gives, or how many interviews she books, it may never go back to the way it was. The control is gone. The curtain's been pulled back. And what's behind it? Not the polished, perfect Duchess, but a woman the world no longer knows how to read.